Hey guys, welcome back, John Megacycle here, another episode of the Motley Craft server. Hope you're doing well. Some neat additions added to Sanctuary, quite nice, good improvements, nice progress here. So let's start from the top. Master Rat was actually, you know what? Let's literally start from the top. I'm very literal about this. There we go. Starting from the top. Master Ant has added a delightful Christmas holiday tree. During the actual Christmas season, when things change, the chests actually look like little presents, and these little redstone, what are these? The sighting is still messed up when you're morphed. Colored glowstone strip, very nice. It looked excellent, like a Christmas tree. So this was a nice addition throughout the holiday season. We're a little bit past, so that way some of the textures look a little off, but it was still nice. Master Rat provided gifts and some turtles I believe the turtles were provided by Jeg, and the actual gifts were provided by Master Rat. So it was a really nice contribution from everyone on the server as a bit of a gift to everyone else. So now let's not go to the top, because I actually need to be human form to go this way. This is Mo's Place. This is a structure created by Alchemos. I'm just going to give you the quick 360 before we go in. It's actually a bit of a bar, and it's well done. So, as I mentioned in other episodes, these little markings here, these are one chunk. And let me F9 it up a bit. So this is a one chunk plot here, including the sidewalk and the actual terrain inside of it. So what this really does is it gives the players 14 by 14, because the chunk is 16 by 16, with one on the outside dedicated. I was going to say it's dedicated. I'm just making up words as I go. Dedicated for city use. So this allows for a common walkway and then whatever structure someone wants to build. So yeah, I know you're seeing the bell tower, but we'll get there. So this is all within a 14 by 14, and it's really cool what some of the creativity we've had is. So Mo's Place. This is... Shut the door. This is... Oh, there's score. Packers versus Lions, December 28th, 325. It's all very nice. And I'm just going to take this really slow, even though I already did a bit of a whiplash to see the score. But what we've got is we've got pool tables here, a little green wool, and a little bit of drying racks. And this really looks like a pool table. Very nicely done here, and there's two of them. Plenty of room for that. So, I mean, right there, when you really think of it, this is a 3 by 2. And then with the extra drying racks on the outside, this doesn't take a whole lot of space, but it adds a really nice visual element to it. Let's see, aside from that, just going around, we've got painting, some tables on the, you know, where you'd usually have them. I can't even talk anymore. You know, the thing, where you'd usually have a thing, where a thing would be, you know. Anyway, bar right here, we've got the serving bar right here. It's all pressure plates, which drives me a little batty, but that's okay. It's still nice, it adds good room, and the bartender, of course. It drives me nuts. And then, of course, Bibliocraft seats, or chairs, or whatever you'd like to call them. And then this is where you just belly up. That's all there is to it. So very nice. So the nice little hanging overhead. Usually chips and snacks hang from overhead in these sorts of bars. So it's actually a nice little thing. And then, of course, the supporting posts and these stupid pressure plates. Of course, no bar would be complete without some sort of fare. So beer and mixer, pizza and burger, chips and popcorn, and we don't serve wine. Really? I'd hit you if I could. Don't serve wine. No, I'm kidding. But neat little menu, another picture or two. Restroom. Yeah, I'm curious. Okay. Fair enough. I don't see another one, so I'm going to assume that's a unisex restroom. ATM. Oh, that's very clever with the little computer craft right there. Let's see, does this do anything? Okay, I don't think there's really anything here. Oh, it's... Ah! Okay. Great. So yeah, so table chairs. And... Oh. It says target. I'm gonna guess that's a dartboard. Marble pillar. I wonder why that's looks like obsidian. Oh, it has the break effect like it's not. Uh-oh. Do you, Uh-oh, now I broke it. Okay. Well, Alchemos, I'm sorry, I already broke your base. Crud. Okay, well, I don't like to mess with people's things, and I messed with the people's things. Either way, that's Alchemos's bar. Let's leave as quickly as we can over to the next attraction, so that way no one knows nothing. Here is my forge. Home of Megacycle's fine blacksmith wares and trades. Give you a bit of a 360 here. I very much try to cram it all into the 14x14, and then provide enough like city approved lighting, and redstone lamps work great. I thought right here at the corners it would work real nice. I had to add a few torches. I kind of want to take those down and incorporate more light, maybe into the middle here or something, but I want it to be as torch free as possible, at least on the outside. I also wanted to do a sign that hung like this with the item frame, because the item frame in an item frame looks great. It's a picture of a sword and a picture of a sword. My brain just snapped. So immediately entering in, of course, my traditional pressure plates, gotta have them. I did redstone lamps in the corners, so that way I really tried to avoid torchlight, but it had to happen. Stone slabs make up the counter. A couple of pictures of items that we sell, and then a list of... That's creepy. A bunch of the fare that we produce way in the back. So tools, armors, and then what I did with the floor is I took chisel, and this is just oak wood planks, and I just went ahead and chiseled it so this looks like a nice wooden area for customers. And then the same planks actually can look like this, and they look like crates. So I have crates stacked around, so it looks like I'm attracting a bunch of business, you know, constantly busy. Yeah, big stack of crates over there. A little bit of clear glass looked really nice. Or actually, this is regular glass that's been chiseled. Oh yeah, that gives it the nice frame. And then even these are just stone blocks that have been chiseled as well. So coming in here, we've got chest for supplies. I don't think there's anything really in here. Yeah, stuff I was using to produce. Yeah. Anvil, water. Of course, when you're pounding out the steel and you have to cool it, that's what the cauldron is for, at least ideally. And then the actual forge itself, real simple. This is just netherrack, and I don't have flint and steel, dang it. All this is netherrack and then frushed. So flint and steel on top of that to keep it fire. And then a crafting station. I thought it looked really cool. I thought I might want a few more here, but it was enough. So it's built so you can't run in there. So you can't, I don't think you can even, yeah, you can't crouch in there, nothing. It's only 1.5 blocks. So unless you're a bat or something much smaller, you can't get in there, which is fine by me. So there's that. So this is the forge. And then, so we've got the smoking fire pyre right there. And then what we have at the actual top is I did the same thing. So what I've used is the smeltery brick. And I thought that would give the actual furnace itself a nice touch. And then some stone slabs far enough away so the flame can't kick over to the wood. So even though it kind of separates part of the building, and you'll see it here, you can see that some of this stuff is really decorative, which is this stone, these stone bricks, and then the actual seared bricks from Tinker's Construct. So I thought it added a nice touch so much that I added it as well to the front. So we have a bar and a blacksmith shop. Next is this thing. This thing's absolutely massive, and this was made by Spectral. Now this is a bell tower, and he took a lot of time and work into this, and this also has quite a few chisel elements into it. Cobblestone bricks, cobblestone tiles, I don't even know what this is. Carpenter blocks. Carpenter stairs that actually kick out little bits of fire. That's pretty neat. And let me give you the full shot of this one. This is actually pretty impressive. There's mobs spawning on top of it. Okay. I'll have to give him a magnum torch or something, but that's okay. Either way, so let me give you the full 360. It's a pretty large structure, so let's shut that off. So we've got the main entrance, which is right up front, and we've got a couple of layers. We have the entrance that you come into is kind of like the second floor. It still has a first floor, and then the actual bell itself being on the kind of roof level. so to speak. A couple of chiseled glowstone blocks. Very nice work with the bell. And what is this stuff anyway? Simple gold block with some more chisel. And it looks really good. The glowstone actually shines it really nice, so it actually has that bit of a look if you're looking up at it. It has a very nice element to it. And what's the roof made out of anyway? Is this more carpenter wedge slopes? Looks kind of like a lapis, kind of a cut, but it looks really nice. So, still a work in progress, but it still looks really good. A lot of effort put into that one. You can even tell, like with some of the dits here, like the little corners and cuts and stuff, it looks really good. I'm sure a lot of stairs work. Oh, still carpenter stairs. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay, so there's the bell tower, and then last but not least is law office. This one's from actually Andreon. Yeah, so we have Andreon's law office. A bit of a floating sign here. Some more chisel work here with some marble panels, and then more of the design here for marble, and then all the way around. So it's supposed to look very respectable as a law firm. I mean, that's what it looks like. It looks very polished, very clean, orderly. Everything's sophisticated. I can talk. It's very sophisticated. It's been ordained by a fist. I don't know. So very well lit, very orderly, very clean clock, receptionist desk, chairs for the waiting room. Very nice. Let's take a peek. Oh, what is all this? Microblocks. Forge microblocks. That's very cool. Adding a bit of a tree element inside, and then getting it all so it actually looks right. It looks like it belongs there. It's very good. Does the bell work? Uh-oh. Oh. Okay. We're gonna leave that alone. Okay, let's check one of these doors here. Chandelier. Oh, okay, so here's where the legal documentation would be written up. Your one-on-one consultant with a lawyer. Very nice. And then, oh, same thing on the other side. Very good. The chandeliers make a really nice touch, and I believe they also prevent mobs from spawning in a certain radius. I could be wrong, but I believe that's how that works. So it actually adds a nice double purpose. So I'm just gonna fall once the morph is complete. Let's come back up and give you a bit of a 360 on this as well. So very clean, very cut. A couple of flowers. It's supposed to look proper. It's really what a law firm ought to look like, really. I mean, this is a place of business, and it looks like, you know, like I've been saying, looks clean, looks good. I'm gonna morph and fall on my face. These carpenter blocks. I haven't worked a lot with carpenter blocks, but it looks really nice to the structure of it. It kind of breaks up the square thing, you know, since you're stuck to Minecraft being mostly square. And I'm gonna fall again. So this is the rest of the south side. So right now, oh god, bats in the bell tower. So anyway, bell tower, bar, forge, oh, city park. This is a plot next to it as well. Two plots that I had reserved for city use. I just wanted to do like a park or at least a few neutral structures. So that's really about all that's happened there. And then in the center here, I also have 3x3, and you can see what it is because there's nothing on it, no vegetation. This is all going to be city use. I'm really hoping like maybe a town hall or something, but I've got a lot of territory here so that it doesn't have to be all on the south side. Let's see. I believe since the last video this is central, or more of central, or I'm not too sure how this is all going to cut out. But then the rest of this is all north side. So this is 2, 4, 6, 7. That one doesn't count. What did I say? 7 plus 6 is 13, and 2 halves, we'll call that 14. So there's 14 more plots here on the north side. So the neat thing is we've crossed a couple of biomes as well. So depending on how you wanted to set it up, if you want to do a swamp, we've got some swamp, or what is this actually? This is thicket. So this could add a nice district as well. The half plots I think will be nice if we want to do little mini shops, like maybe some sort of food dispensary. Food dispensary? Ugh, gosh, my grammar and language is not good today. If we wanted to do like a food shop or something, or some sort of a grill, or I don't know, something like that. So there's a lot of possibility here, and I just wanted to give you guys this bit of an update on Sanctuary. And I'm gonna do a little cleanup here, and then we're gonna go check out my base real quick, some changes there as well, and I will see you guys in a second. And welcome to my base. Let's start off at the top floor. Okay. So you guys are familiar with the travel anchor. This goes upstairs into my little fake house. I haven't come this way in a while because with all the Mistcraft books, I kind of have it... What the f... What are you looking at? Freaking chicken has a cat on its head. Okay, before anything else happens, I want the chicken. Or I want the cat. Hang on. No, it's not J. What is it for hats? We're done with the baby turtle for a while. Cat. Nope. No, what did I just do? Cat in the hat. Nope. 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 Yes, I know I'm in the middle of a recording. I don't care. We're gonna... Yes. Oh my god, it's boss. Alright. Oh, did I not hit apply? Doggone it, I get so excited. That's the one I want. Done. Okay. There, all's right in the universe. I have a cat on my head. Okay, next. Who... I don't language no more too good. Okay, first prank on the server, someone chickenified my base. Oh, and was... Oh, okay. So I had a pressure plate here, which was supposed to, you know, facilitate the in and the out. Oh, you get killed. So at least they were smart enough. They moved the pressure plate, so that way the chickens wouldn't let themselves out. But really, all I have to do is just open the door, and this is going to be a cakewalk. The AI with mobs is what they'll do is they'll try to get to a larger area, the way I understand it. So if you have cows in a pen, and then you open up the pen, they'll all just rush out. They're trying to get to a larger space. I don't know the source code, I never read it, I don't know what it actually looks like, but based on the way it's acted over the years, and see, I don't know what these guys, maybe these guys don't realize where it is. See, now they just dash for the door the second they figure it out. I don't know if it takes a while for them to figure it out, but man, all this chicken killing makes me want a steak. Okay, let's get this where this should be. Yeah, because if you think about it, with a bunch of chickens in here, what's going to happen is they're just going to mull around, and then accidentally, and then, open door. See? Now they're out, and then the door shuts. Dead. Is there like a crap ton of chickens around here? There's one over there, there's one there. Okay, as long as they're out of my house, I kind of don't care. Okay. Perfect. I got me some eggs and some food. Fantastic. Okay. What the crap was I even doing? Oh, I remember. Okay. Back to the tour of my base. That's the first actual prank we've had on the server that I'm aware of. So, first floor. Completely gutted this out. It was a very, very small room that just went right to an elevator. Added some glowstone, some wide stone bricks, which is just some more chisel work, and then it goes to the elevator. So I've done a bunch of spacing. I want this to be a reception hall, or maybe a larger map if I want to make this base much bigger, but for right now, not too much. Did a bunch of gutting here on the second floor, opened it way up, tree farm, and then I believe you guys have seen this before. This was mob spawning, breeding, killing, that sort of a thing. This was just so I could get some solid food in the house, and there's a gap there. I'm very sure an Enderman had something to do with that, so let's fix that real quick. That's gonna drive me bajonkers. Out. Out! Okay. So very simple apparatus. This is breeding machine, chronotyper, slaughterhouse, or actually I have it as a grinder right now. Yep. Very simple way to get a lot of resources with just some wheat, and I got plenty of wheat. Now this is a bit of a grinder setup, but I'm using Cursed Earth. If you're not familiar with Cursed Earth, I'm going to go over it very simply. You perform a ritual with the Division Sigil at midnight, with redstone, and you sacrifice an animal, and blah 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 blah, and you get cursed earth. What this stuff does is it just spawns mobs. It spawns a random mob from the game. I think it's completely random, or maybe there's some limitations. I'm not too sure, but this is a fantastic way to stack up some mob essence. And also loot. They drop everything they would normally drop, and because I'm using a grinder, I believe I get all the player kills stuff also. So I get carrots, potatoes, armor, spell books. I get a ton of stuff, and it's great. It's a great way to start filling in an inventory. Aside from that, I've been trying to accent the glowstone with the crafting station. I just really like the crafting station top or the crafting table. I just think it adds a really nice difference, and the bigger benefit is I don't have to frickin' make any more crafting tables, because that was driving me crazy. So tree farm with 2 kinds of trees, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. This is my production floor. This is the 3rd floor. We're going to go over this kind of quick, but behind here I've got essence berries. I believe I've shown this off before, actually. I've got an XP drain, leads right to an experience obelisk. Sitting on almost 500 levels, that's not bad. Now, Andreon, I know, certainly has, I think he has 1,300 levels. He's got a really awesome setup that I'll show you sometime. I got to get in touch with him and chat with him about it, but he was the one that really said that he's got a good system going on. Oreberry bushes. Oh, this is new. I went ahead and I wanted some nether warts, and I'll also explain that why with the saplings in a minute. I'm sure more veteran Feed the Beast players have already figured it out, but for those uninitiated, I'll be more than happy to explain why. This is Steve's carts. This is very straightforward. All this really does is this fills up and removes elements of a cart, and we're going to go ahead and click on the cart here. I made a very simple cart. I'm not going to go over every single detail with it, but I at least wanted to show you what I've got going on. A very simple coal engine, which is accepting charcoal as fuel, a farmer tool, and an inventory chest. Now what this does is this goes around, harvests the nether wart, and then loads it into its internal compartment, replants the nether wart, and then brings it around into this cargo manager, which drops off the nether wart it's collected, picks up more fuel, and repeats the process. Now what that all does is it gives me effectively an infinite amount of nether wart, which I will go through. This is about the field I needed. I did the math. I don't remember exactly how much this is, but with that, I wanted to make it as efficient as possible, and having the cart going around as fast as it can doesn't do me any good. It actually wastes a lot of energy. So what I have here is I have a timer that's set for 300 seconds, and I'll do the math for you. That's 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes what should happen is this ticker is stopping it. So actually the actual spot is stopping it because there's a redstone track right there. So it stops the thing until it receives a redstone signal, which it's about to. Then every 5 minutes it's released. So right now it's not burning any energy. It only uses energy when it's moving. So this makes it very efficient. And after the 5 minutes, as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 plots, 9. There's enough plots for a round trip to make sense. Otherwise, it's wasting a lot of time going around and around and around and around, and then it hits one thing, and then around and around and around. You get the idea. There's a lot of wasted time. That was probably from the mob spawner. So, in a second here, this is going to tick. And it's going to release a redstone signal. It's going to push. Any second now. Oh, it's still, oh, there we go. There we are. Detector rail. That's what I meant to say. So now it's working with the actual cargo manager. Loads up more fuel. It was 62 before. Drops off what was in the chest. And there you go. It's a very easy, efficient way to use it. And I prefer this much more than the Thaumcraft golems. I've had terrible luck with those things. Now, moving on. With production, I've got, this is just cobblestone. These are igneous extruders producing cobblestone. I need a bunch for bedrockium ingots. I want to make more bedrockium drums, so that's going full force. And since it requires water and lava, but does not expend either of them, it's perfect. It'll generate a crap ton of this stuff in no time. I've got 9 of these. They work great. Hoppers right into a chest. Chest with an item node right into a tesseract. No big deal. Next is a fishery. You can guess what this does. I don't think I have to tell you. If the word doesn't tell you what it does, I'm not too sure what to tell you. This produces, well, I'll tell you anyway. It produces fish of all kinds, and with this version of Minecraft, there's pufferfish, I think salmon, regular fish, and I think you also get fishing poles and stuff. So that's a neat production thing. Sugar. I believe this is 16 little terrain smashers. I think it's 8 on each side. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep, 8 on each side. What this will do, and I'll demonstrate it real quick. We'll just take one of these. Terrain smasher eats it. Item node picks it up, pushes it through right to the tesseract, and then I've got an inbound tesseract downstairs. And then no different with cactus. The way cactus works is it has to be one space away from anything else when it grows, just like that. Terrain smasher grabs it. Item node searches. Let me see if I can get it. Yep. Item node will search throughout the pipe, figure out where it can dump it off, and then eventually what will happen is it will find the tesseract and release it, and there we go. No problem. So that works out real nice. So I'm trying to maximize as many products I can just automate and then never have to worry again, because this is my production base. Eventually I'd like to take some time with these resources and build an actual fun looking base, but right now this works out really well. Oh, my tank storage. Okay. With this, I cleared this all way out. It was very cramped, raised it up, and it works and looks great. Tesseract in the center. If I can get over this pipe. Tesseract in the center with liquid nodes, and then these have filters and speed upgrades. So really, whenever I'm in the field, whenever I'm working, I should be able to send back liquid and items, receive power, and it should all go into these tanks. It should all be filed away very neatly and nicely, and it should be, you know, good for me if I need some of this stuff. So I've got lava. I've got so much oil. I have 5 bedrockium drums full of oil, and I'm pumping more. I'd really like to get off of charcoal burning. It works, but it takes energy to produce the wood, to then cut the wood, and then burn it into charcoal. I mean, I'm using energy to make more energy, which isn't terrible, but I don't really care for it. So I've got a ton of oil. That's going to be really nice. I've got a steel tank that's almost completely full of fuel, so that's really oil that's been refined. What is this, about 2/3? More than half. Let's say more than half of mob essence, which has been excellent, especially with the cursed earth upstairs. And then this is what I've really been using the nether warts and saplings for, is biofuel. And I'll show you exactly what that's all about in just a second. Still more details on every floor. You'll notice I'm using the stone bricks and the glowstone. I was able to throw away a ton of torches. I was getting really tired of torches, and even though I have them on here, I don't know if mobs can actually spawn on top of steel tanks, but I'm not willing to really figure it out. Yep, so stone bricks, glowstone, crafting tables, the smelter you guys have already seen. And then this is the actual inner workings of the base. So I believe you've seen the crafters and the AE system. So I don't think there's too much to show off there. But here's a tesseract that actually brings the items in. It gets sucked in by a chest, and then it gets processed. So let's just put that in there. Now here is exactly what I was talking about. This is the bioreactor. It's running at very poor efficiency right now, but because I have a ton of saplings and warts, I'm waiting for like my carrots and my potatoes and my seeds and my other saplings to kind of build up. So 2 kinds of saplings, carrots, potatoes, seeds, and nether wart gives me 6 items. I believe that puts the efficiency at 450. So let's do that real quick. Stack carrots, potato, the other sapling, which is birch. Okay, birch. And another what we already had, seeds. Now what that will do is they'll suck into the machine and improve the efficiency. So 6 types, 455. So it really gives me a solid efficiency while it's producing this biofuel. And since I'm using biofuel right now as a primary source of energy, I'm producing way more than I'm using. It's very efficient with how much I can produce. Early on when you're playing Minecraft, when you're trying to do Feed the Beast, I would not recommend biofuel because you need a lot of these resources to really get started, or using the bioreactor. It At least that's my opinion. There might be much easier ways to get that going, but this has been working out really nice for me. So bioreactor. Let's see here. Crafting, automatic crafting. I believe I've shown this off before. If not, 4 64K crafting machines and a crafting monitor. Speaking of which, I should put in another order for more bedrockium. I can do 4 because I have 4 64s. Unless I run out of cobblestone. Yeah, I've been doing this stuff non-stop. It's just one of those things that it's really great to hold a ton of resources in a really small amount of space. And aside from that, a little bit of storage here. These are all storage buses hooked up to some storage units. Pretty straightforward. I got the heaviest hitters, went through my... I'd like to highlight it, but the big chart is in the way. Barrels, deep storage, really nice, really, kind of kicked back. Not too bad. And I've been pretty happy with as little hard drive space as I've got. I don't need a ton of space, and really once a production facility kicks into high gear and I'm mass producing more product, that's probably when I'm soon to shut that all off, because I'm not going to need much more. Down a level, farming, you guys have seen that before. This was my charcoal production into the steam dynamos, but I just don't need it anymore, considering, so this is a tesseract that's receiving from the biofuel, and that's working great. I have 150 million RF right here, and then if I were to hook up the steam dynamos, these would start to fill. So right now, not much else there. A matter condenser, which is taking all my trash. So bees, armor, more armor and weapons and such that I'm getting from the Cursed Earth is all coming up to here to make a singularity. And how far are we? Oh, there it is. Not even close. To be actually honest with you, I went through all of my cobblestone that way the first time. That's why I'm out of cobblestone. And then bottom floor, which is going to be a little hard to see, but it's really like the maintenance room. I really don't anticipate a lot of people coming down here. So another portal over there. If we come over here, we're hit up by the tanks. And this was hopefully to get all of this ugly space, because you can't really see anything. I wanted to maximize the stuff here that's going to be as static as possible. So I'm not even coming down here very often myself. So biofuel pumps right into this these generators and then right into the tesseract. Very simple. And then over here is the enchanting area. We'll go over that real quick. And then that almost wraps up the base. Oh, and then I forgot the yellorium reactor. So a little bit of enchanting. I just needed some room to get this started. I'm going to gut this all out, and this is going to be a separate wing. Considering how many enchanting books I've got, I'd really like this to be a library, like a full-fledged library. But right now, I just kicked it around to really try to figure out liquid experience. That's what these transfer nodes are all about, with the item craft or with the automatic enchanting table and such. But yeah, this is all going to need rework. But that worked out really nice. It helps you pull enchantments out of books and then replicate them if you find one that's interesting. And then down the service tunnel on the above floor was where I showed you all the steam dynamos. Same thing here. There's nothing much else to it. Some steam dynamos, some buildcraft pipe with some water. No big deal. Mining laser I was working on. And before the patch we're on right now, does it say what patch we're on? I don't think so. Anyway, we were on 1.0.1, I believe. This was actually self-sufficient with this reactor. Actually, I should just shut this off. The reactor was producing enough energy to go into the laser drill. The laser drill is producing enough yellorium and uranium that was being ground down and turned into more yellorium, enough to keep this thing self-sustaining. And you'll get a better view. I'll go back upstairs where we don't have the short-sightedness. I should have brought a night vision potion, but meh. Okay, so back over here is where we have the generator. It's a traditional, what is this, 7x7? No, 5x5. 5x5 by 6. 2, 4, 6, yep. And this, like I said, this was working out really well. And I had a very simple setup. Power comes out, powers a pulverizer and a furnace, and the laser. The laser then, there's an item node here that picks up uranium or yellorite. It's then grinded, furnaced, or heated up and turned into ingots and then kicked back in. And then this takes all the cyanite and plutonium. I still laugh every single time I hear the word plutonium. And this was actually self-sufficient in the last version. It is no longer, so I've got to figure out what I want to do about that. So I don't have any plans for that at the moment, but it's still cool to have a generator up. That's a very cool early game power supply, considering it's very lightweight. All it really takes is like a ton of iron. I mean, really, to get it started. Not too much aside from that. So, I believe that's everything about Sanctuary and my base at this time. I wanted to thank you guys again for joining me. It's really cool to have, you know, still some people checking it out. If you've got any sort of feedback or anything you want to see, let me know. And I just like doing this. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Either way, thanks again for watching, guys, and I'm going to catch you next time.